done with.
Dude, you've been done.
I'm still here.
For what? Why? Because you just want to be a asshole.
You're right.
Then why the would you be in this competition?
I'm here.
Bone face.
Why do you look 50 and you're 24?
What? What did you say? Go yourself, you.
Would you rather have the brand new PS5 or a weekend with these three lovely ladies and you can do anything you want with them?
Wait, anything with them?
Like anything.
A whole weekend?
A whole weekend.
Damn, but the PS5 though, like it just dropped.
I know.
Oh, damn, y'all beautiful though, but
Hold on, what'd you say?
PS5 or us?
Oh,
bro, y'all beautiful, but I had a PlayStation 4 for 4 years, but I need a PS5.
Oh, God.
My nigga.
Y'all, so this dude came in my DM yesterday. He was like, "You're pretty, I'm trying to get to know you." He literally sent me $1,000 just to get to know me. And y'all literally sit here and think I'm gonna get to know y'all for free when somebody just paid me $1K for him to get to know me? Be so for real.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not. No.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased that she took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I got a question for you. Do you have car insurance?
100%. No reason.
All right. Do you have homeowners insurance?
100%.
Do you have life insurance?
100%.
Do you have medical insurance?
100%.
Did you get tired of your insurance agent talking about the possibilities of you losing your life and being rewarded? Hold on for a second. I know, but don't be a but person. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You have insurances. Although it's a very uncomfortable situation, and life insurance people who sell it tend to be scumbags. They tend to be looked at as scumbags, like, I don't want to have this conversation about me dying, but you surely will die. So you better have the conversation. The reality is, yes, it's a very tough conversation. I have to spend a lot of time talking about it. It's very difficult. However, there needs to be some insurance, and there's no insurance, and so we must talk about it.
Wait a damn minute.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, "Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you." She said, "Okay, I think I can take it." So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Yo,
What's up, y'all? It's Kelly West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Yeah, I know it's a little late on a Thursday night, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to everybody on, of course, YouTube. And shout out to everybody on X, formerly known as Twitter. So salute to everybody tuning in. I really appreciate y'all. So give yourselves a pat on the back. Anyway, enough about all that. So yeah, so you already see from the thumbnail what I'm talking about tonight, and it's very specific. Yes, Stephanie George. Y'all probably like, who the hell is Stephanie George? Because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know who Stephanie George was either until I figured out it was actually Donell Rawlings, baby mama. And if y'all don't know who Donell Rawlings is, just remember Ashley Larry from the Chappelle Show. You know what I'm saying? That's who Lou Rawlings is. I mean, Lou Rawlings. Donell Rawlings. Now, shout out to my boy XL Pro. He says, like, share, and subscribe. $ Cali West 1. Ooh. Did I just freeze up? I sure did. I might have to work on my settings. I'm using a new, damn. What? Okay. That's crazy because I'm trying to use this new camera that I got, but that should look like it's kind of acting up a little bit. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but, you know, I was using my Canon, and sometimes my Canon would freeze up every now and then, every blue moon. But I don't know. Well, we're going to give it a test run tonight. So I appreciate y'all patience tonight. A man some more man comes through. He says, salute to Cali West and everyone in the chat. I really appreciate y'all. All right. So with that being said, let's get to the topic tonight. You know how we do. You know, we go straight to the point. And then we, you know, in a typical Cali West fashion, we're going to go and make sure that, you know, we party and bullshit on our way out until I get nice and tired. Because, you know, a nigga broke. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Nigga broke. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my chicken bag up, so I can't be up all night with y'all. As much as I love y'all, you feel me? Anyway, let's see here. Oh shit, a man support man. He comes through with a $5 super chat. Yes, sir. He says, wow, Shannon Sharpe was clowning Darnell for dating a younger woman on his show, but he was dating a younger woman too. Shaking my head, laughing my ass loud. Yeah. No doubt. See, we're gonna dissect this. We're gonna take this real slow. You feel me? Because I ain't gonna lie, I like Shannon Sharpe and all, but you know, I do believe that, you know, he kind of played himself. He kind of was bullshitting with himself, and you know, I kind of feel like part of his problem was if he was just being real for what it is, he would have been all right. But you know, he wanted to go against Coach Greg Adams because you know Shannon Sharpe watches Coach Greg Adams. He should have just known just to pay this chick, leave a paper trail, pay this bitch. You feel me? But no, he wanted to be a typical black man, want to be a pimp and not want to pay for shit because he kind of thought, you know, he was pimping just like that. Oh, you think you're getting girls now because your looks? Negro, please.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Yeah, man. Sad, real sad. And yes, we do know, we understand that yes, it is a shakedown. We get that. But, you know, that doesn't negate or excuse the fact that what's going on. Now, Mr. O with the info. What's up, G? Salute. I was watching your video today. Now he says, what's good? And then Exo Process salutes the chat. I appreciate everybody, all the Free Agent Lifestyle members and all the Coach Gang members and, Righteous Fear members all in the building. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. All right. So we're going to get to the whole discussion. Now, what I'm going to do is hopefully, this don't get copyrighted or nothing, but I'm going to show y'all the little interview with Lou Rawlings. I mean, I keep on calling him Lou Rawlings, Darnell Rawlings. That way we can catch everybody up to speed, not just, the Righteous Fear members, but also the hate watchers too. I love y'all too. You feel me? Now, where is it at? Because like I said, we're going to dissect this. Is this it?
Darnell. 20. Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Donell?
I didn't date her mom because why didn't I date her mom?
Yeah, good question.
No, wait.
I'm asking the question.
No, because
this ain't the Donell Rawlings show.
Love is love.
If you don't,
love is love.
I agree with you.
What?
You like them young, though.
Say Drake, I heard you. No. Don't do that. I don't like them. I don't like them young. I like what I love. I didn't groom nobody, son. It is what it is. But I can't date nobody my age and get what I wanted. What I look like getting a 48-year-old bitch pregnant.
It's possible.
It could have happened, but I didn't get the odds.
Yo. Salute to Darnell Rawlings for fucking standing on his motherfucking square. You heard him. He don't want to be messing around he don't want to look stupid out here knocking up 40-year-old bitches, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? He like, I'm rich, biatch. What can you say? He has options. He's exercising those options. And y'all mad at the man for exercising the options. Bruh, get the fuck out of here, bruh.
The cap.
And you know what's ironic? After all that shit talking, after all that shit talking, now we're here. Now we're here to the point that now he's the one with the youngest chick. Dude, I think, he beat Leonardo DiCaprio. See, we thought Leonardo DiCaprio was a man when he had like 21, when he had 22, 23-year-old chicks. Shannon Sharpe went straight out the high school. I mean, not in the high school, but out the high school, bruh. Sheesh. And he's up here talking shit about Darnell Rawlings, bruh. That's why you can't take certain men, you can't take men seriously sometimes, man. I hate to say this.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
But shh, don't tell nobody.
That's why, when you have discussions with your, sometimes even with your friends or even with your family, you got to take their advice with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, what you end up finding out was when the shoe's on the other foot, they go do some despicable things. Not saying that dating a younger woman is despicable. What I'm saying is that people tend to look at it as despicable, And like I said in my in my pretense to this discussion tonight, in the Black community, a lot of black men, the black men who say they don't really mess with younger women, they tend to never usually be men who have fathers. And I'm not trying to take shots. What I'm just saying is that, and maybe it could be some men who have a father and they may still feel that way. But I tend to notice that the dudes who usually have a father in the home, they're less inclined to follow this whole age thing. But I notice dudes who usually are raised, by a single mother, and mama was doing the best that she can. Those dudes tend to always have a problem with age gap relationships. Why? Because their mother have an age gap relationship. But what they don't realize is that their mother, their sister, and their grandmother too, all had age gap relationships. You feel me? They all did.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Now I want someone to step up and say I'm a liar. Tell me that I'm lying. Tell me when y'all boys was in junior high, when y'all was walking that one girl from junior high who you had a crush on. Did she not meet some older nigga at the end of the block and go say, like, bye, Eric? You know, bye, Todd or Chad or whatever. Bye, Derek. You know, guess what? Them hoes went about their business with this older ninja, bruh. You feel me? They wasn't trying to give you no place since high school, junior high, high school, college. College, I still remember in college, there was this chick in my building, in my apartment building. And I tried to holler at her. And she basically wouldn't give me her number. Me and my brother outside hanging out one day. And guess what? Who pulls up in the expedition? She jumps out the car. And she's with like an older dude. And I must say, you know what's ironic? Ironically speaking, this dude probably had just as much gray hair on my face that I have now back then. And that was what, 2004, 2005, 2003? So go figure, 22 years ago, I was in the same shoe. And, you know, we could kind of tell that she was kind of embarrassed because we was out there because, you know, we were around her age level. But the truth is, even though they might not advertise it, these young chicks been dating older dudes for the longest. While y'all ninjas think y'all think y'all gonna play fair. Oh, I'm only gonna date girls who my age. Oh, half my age plus 7. Man, fuck that shit. Fuck that. Hey man, if someone's legal, you could date who the fuck you want, man. Because what's ironic is the same woman who's telling you not to date, you know, oh, don't date these little girls. If there was little girls who were dating older women, and when I say little girls, I ain't talking about legally little girls. I'm talking about 18, 19, 20, the same chicks that they call little girls now. Oh, a man, Mr. O with the info says, you're thinking about Lou Rawls. Yeah, I was thinking about Lou Rawls, the singer Lou Rawls. Hey, man, he's a good singer, man. He got a lot of classic hits, G. Shit. Some of us might have been born behind some of his songs, either that or Marvin Gaye. Shit, Lou Rawlings is the man. Mr. O with the info says, bruh. And then he says, Mr. O says, Donell Rawlings did it pimping. Well, yeah, I mean, you know, for what it's worth, she's a very good-looking chick. For what it's worth, and he went and got her when she was young, man. You know? Hey, at the end of the day, I just kind of feel like if you're going to take the chances, you might as well take the chance with some young chick. Because, look, at least if the young chick leave you, you can at least be like, all right, she was young. But, dude, look, take my advice, y'all. Ain't nothing worse than an old bitch dumping your ass. Trust me. Yo, nah, talk about a shot to your motherfucking ego, bro.
You're a victim. There we go, CSI.
So I actually think that he did the right thing. You know, he went with what you got to go where you're celebrating. He went what he liked, and he said it. He don't want to fucking go. He could have got with an old bitch, but he don't want an old bitch. Shit. Hey, women, they have their preference. Why can't we have ours? I mean, I'm not even asking. I'm just saying though. A man supports man says that didn't age well. Laughing my fucking ass off. No, sir. You say? Hey, Shannon Sharpe, dude, for the last 2 months, bruh, he been like,
run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Yo, and I must say, a man supporting man, I cannot wait till Coach Greg Adams addresses this. Hopefully, at least, you know what I'm saying? I know he'd be busy and shit with the JUCO. He probably would have, you know, sexy ass snow bunny. But hopefully, he at least see the title of the shit I say. And at least he does a video on it too, because I would love to see his breakdown in it. Because this is just fucking like, this is the irony, right? The irony that he was fucking he put Darnell Rawlings on the spot to only turn around and get in trouble, and big time trouble behind it. At least Donell Rawlings at least wiped her up. This nigga he didn't even want to give her ass no money. Hey, and I'm gonna just say this right now. I truly believe that the reason why he's in trouble is because he wasn't giving her ass no money, man. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams and Coach Greg. I truly believe that he would have just broke her off and would just had her on the payroll. And look, I think he would have been all right. And for the record, y'all, I think she's attractive. I don't think she's fine, but I would have fucked with her. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, this is Shannon Sharpe. I'm sure he fucks with bad bitches all the time, but he should have just, you know what I'm saying? He liked it. You know, I just kind of feel like he should have just definitely should have paid her, bro. Look, you're not paying her because you're trying to be nice. You're paying her because, you know, well, nothing wrong being nice, but that has nothing to do with that. You have to cover your ass, man. CYA, y'all. CYA. A man supporting man says, don't forget dudes have daughters complain about the age gap dating too. Facts. So, you know what? All right. I'll put the disclaimer on it. I'd argue that there are some dudes who probably ain't cool with it because they have daughters that age, but I will honestly say this. I will argue that most of the men who complain about age gap relationships or tell other men how to control their body parts and not date younger women, I truly believe that those are dudes who, if those same guys were able to get younger a woman, they would, but they knock it because they can't. That's what I truly believe. I truly believe that. Because because guess what? What do you think you and an older woman is gonna be talking about? All y'all gonna be doing is reminiscing about old times. Because guess what? I just kind of feel like if those old times, if reminiscing and nostalgia was important, she would have done got with a dude her age long time ago, right? Am I wrong? XL Pro says, you know, bullseye. A man supported man says, I was age gapping. I was age gap fucking in college. Hey, well, yeah. I mean, at that point, you didn't really care. Like at that point, you know, at that point, you were out of high school. You didn't have all the pressures that you did before. A man supported man says Russell Simmons did it with Kimura. Hey, I believe it. And you know what's ironic? Because his own daughter became a sugar baby. Now, ain't that a bitch? And you know what? I kind of like the fact that he didn't really even complain. He was a little bit maybe shocked, but he didn't complain. Because you know what? Like Coach Greg Adams says, you kind of want your daughter to feel comfortable with talking to you. But at that point, he was a little hurt, bro.
So bullshit. All of it.
Let's see here. Oh, then we got Kimberly Reese coming through. Hey, what's up, love? She says, I saw Donell on Shay Shay LOL. This is open season on black men. Well, I'll say this much. It's open season on any man. Any man who has money, you gotta watch out. Y'all gotta move a little differently than what y'all did before. You feel me? What I end up realizing later on, see, now that I'm broke and I don't have that much money, I mean, I'm not saying I'm completely broke, but I'll just say this much. One thing I've noticed is that sometimes when you spend the money, you're not spending the money because you're just tricking. You're spending the money for convenience. It's all convenience, man. You know, if you tip your waiter, they're gonna be more likely to make sure you get a good table. You know what I'm saying? You take care of a girl, you hook her up, she's gonna make sure, she can be less inclined to probably cheat on you. Not saying that she would not cheat on you, but hey, you get more bees with honey than with vinegar. Kimberly says, Callie is my baby. Aw, okay. Now watch out now. You know what I'm saying? When people start calling me baby, I'm gonna tell them that they're gonna have to call me daddy now. All right, so watch out.
You want to put that on me, put it on me.
Now, I appreciate you. Now, yeah. So let's go back to I guess some more evidence we got about this, because essentially, old girl basically confronted him about it. Donell Rawlings' baby mama, and she had a lot to say. Where is it at? Yeah, she sure had a lot to say. Once I find it. Oh, is this it? Might be.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Yo, do you see these motherfucking goofies right here, bro? Do you hear what these motherfucking goofies points? See, it's the same old classic shaming tactics that we use in the hood. Now, let's see here. Kimberly Reese says, that's no problem. All right, now. You better watch out. You know I'm very mannish. Now, QM says, nothing wrong with age gap dating. 10 to 15 years for men or women is cool. 19 and 56 dating your granddaughter. She's a teen, can't legally drink alcohol. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Not that I would never ever solicit alcohol to a person who is under the age of 21. Now, with that being said, does that mean that 21-year-olds are still not drinking on their own? Now, Q and M, I don't know if you're a lady or not, but you know that women get into clubs at, sometimes they don't even get ID'd, or at least as long as they're 18, they can still get in the club. And guess what? When they get into the club, they still get a drink. Maybe not directly, but indirectly. So
you're a victim. There we go, CSI.
Now, with that being said, but here's the thing. Whether you're 19, whether the girl is 19 or the man is 100 years old, if that is not his flesh and blood, then he's not dating his granddaughter. He's dating someone else's granddaughter. Somebody's always going to be somebody's granddaughter. I'm 45. If I'm dating a woman who's 30 and she's 44 or she's 45, be this, she's somebody's granddaughter. Everybody's somebody's granddaughter. But see, that's the thing. That's the old typical shaming language. It's not your daughter. It's not your granddaughter. So it doesn't matter. If we all look, if mankind follow these age gap rules that you want to set up, you yourself probably wouldn't be here to this day to even talk shit right now. Because men don't even get established until they're into their late 30s, 40s, sometimes even 50s. So, if, unfortunately, women don't even want to build with a man anyway. So how are they even, see, even when y'all go by even your own testaments, age gap relationships, age appropriate relationships still don't even work. QM says, Tracy Ross has been known to date 30-somethings, allegedly cool. She's 50, cool age gap. Do your thing, but leave teens alone. QM, this is my argument. Look, this is my argument about that. You know what? Y'all love to call someone just because they're 18, 19. You're quick to call them teenagers until they kick down your door, and hurt you. Now, when they cause physical harm with you, rob you, delete your family member, delete you, guess what? Then your family be calling for him to be tried as an adult. So, let's not, see, here's the thing. That's another thing, too, with Black people, too. They love to talk about he's a kid, he's a child, even though these persons are 18, 19, right? This is an arrested development situation where we don't believe that people at 18, 19 should be responsible adults, right? And try to coax them. But guess what? But they're such kids, but you still allow them to drive, you still allow them to have sex, right? Y'all don't try to crowd them from that. Y'all don't try to crowd them from underage pregnancy, but you want to stop a man who's of age to stop with a woman who's of age? Bruh.
Stop the cap.
Said, nah, it's like dating his granddaughter. It's not like dating his granddaughter. You know why? Because it's not his granddaughter. See, that's the thing. Make it how it's like dating his granddaughter. It's not his granddaughter. That's like if I date my sister's best friend. My sister might be 30, but what? It's like dating my sister. Why? Because it's like my sister's friend because she's my sister's age. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck does that mean? I can say that to someone who's my age. I could say, oh, my older sister who's 45 and her friend is 45. And I could say, okay, oh, that's like dating my sister because she knows her sister. I see black people come with these goofy little tales, man. It says my parents at 25 to 26 respectively, grandparents were 20 to 21 respectively, until death. All right, let me ask you a question. How old is your husband? And how old are you compared to your husband? See, people like to bring up they like to bring up these past situations. But guess what? Your parents are married at 25 to 26. Are your parents still married? I mean, that's really neither here nor there. But guess what? The bottom line is, even if your parents are married or not, you're not married to someone who's your age. You might not even be married at all. Not that it's a shock for you not being married, but what my point is that a lot of things that worked in the 70s or the late early 80s don't work in 2025. You know what? At the end of the day, people used to build each other back in the boomers age, but guess what? Now in the 21st century, people haven't been built. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. Put this building shit out the way. People haven't built with each other since the 90s, bro. And probably, I'll argue even back then, it probably didn't even happen. Man, see, people just come with these crazy ass rules. So because your parents married at 25, 26, and 20 and 21, that means that we should go and get married at the same age? Here's the problem with that. The problem is that because most black homes don't even have a father in the house, the daughter who had basically had more sex with a dude who's the same age as that dude. A dude who's dating an 18-year-old and a woman dating an 18-year-old, trust me, she has had more sexual partners than he has. Now, QM says my deceased spouse was 10 years older than me. That's still age gap relationship. I mean, you said 10 to 15 is cool, but I don't believe you should police anybody. You see, you know what's crazy? What I found was crazy is that black people have a problem with age gap relationships, but y'all don't have a problem with underage pregnancy out of wedlock. That should see if y'all want to be strict about age gap relationships, y'all should be strict about everything. But guess what? Like y'all let your daughters, your granddaughters, get pregnant. You'll let your daughters, keep the father away just to get child support and shit like that, and then wonder why your daughter wants to date a dude who's older than her. Why? Because guess what? All the dudes her age ain't got no goddamn money. Let's just be fucking real. Now, Charlemagne and goofy ass DJ Envy, they're just gonna go ahead and try to kowtow, to the black community, talk about who they should sleep with and all that. Because if I'm not mistaken, didn't Charlemagne get in trouble? Like, he didn't get convicted, but didn't he get in trouble for basically SAing a underage girl, allegedly?
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
Amazing. Now, yeah, man. At the end of the day, Charlemagne and Charlemagne and DJ Envy, they both got their nuts in their wives' vice. Shit. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think Charlemagne's wife might have cheated on him. Yeah, allegedly. Now, QM said this has always been teen pregnancy, but shotgun weddings force men to marry, so there were very few single women. I would disagree with that. You're talking about down south, and here's another too. What's the point of having a shotgun wedding when someone else has a shotgun? The truth be told is, I'm gonna just fix it all up. Yes, people have been getting pregnant. People have been getting pregnant out of wedlock since the beginning of time. But when women had a father around who was able to protect her, it seldomly happened, and it was frowned upon. So you can try to mix it up all you want. The bottom line is, but that goes to my point. So because there's always been teen pregnancy, that means you should allow it. You see what I'm saying? See how black people are? Black people want to gatekeep who dates who by age gap, but they don't want to prevent, their daughters from dating these older dudes, these slightly older dudes, these gangbanging dudes, these dudes who are not even going to take them any seriously. See, that's the problem with the black community. The black community, y'all worried about the wrong thing. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. Shit. Now, with that being said, let's hear, like I said, we're already 40 minutes and it's still the main event. Let's get into what Donell Rawlings' baby mama said. They were never married, but they supposedly have a good co-parenting relationship, supposedly. So let's just hear what she got to say about the situation. Because that's what y'all here for, right? That's what y'all here.
Something that has really been bothering me for the past couple of months. My son's dad is a comedian and an actor, and he did an interview with a man by the name of Shannon Sharpe on his podcast. Now, on that podcast, Shannon Sharpe did a lot of digging. My son is almost 10 years old, and my son's dad and I broke up over 6 years ago. So for him to ever try to bring me up or a family dynamic or the age gap is very, very shocking to me. It's not surprising, but I just feel like, my son's dad has a girlfriend already. Why not do digging on her? And he was making fun of him at the fact that we have an age difference of 23 years. And, he was saying, why didn't you date her mom? Where did you guys meet? Forever 21? Cracking up, just asking really invasive questions. And what really hurt me, this was the kicker, was the interview, and it also had this headline on it that said, Donell Rawlings has baby. Really wanted to address something that has really been bothering me for the past couple of months. My son's dad is a comedian and an actor, and he did an interview with a man by the name of Shannon Sharpe on his podcast. Now, on that podcast, Shannon Sharpe did a lot from Bad Girls Club, 23 years younger. So crazy. Insane. As you guys know, we co-parent. So I know that my son is getting older. I always think like, oh my God, one day my son is going to see this. And I just did not like, it felt very, very icky how it was put out there. It felt really exploitive. And like, I just didn't like it. I live my life in peace. I just take care of my son. I work and I spend time in my garden, and I just do as much as I can to contribute to my own peace. And so I just felt very disrespected at the fact that he labeled me as that. I was just some crazy 23-year-old woman that was on Bad Girls Club. I didn't like it. It sent me into a depression. It kept me up at night. It really, really bothered me. And so I was on Twitter. I prayed about it. I said, God, I'm old enough to know that like there's just certain people that are not nice. There's certain people that are very nosy from Bad Girls Club 23 that will, they're like, let's do this for shock value so we can get a lot of views. It just turned me all the way off. Now, last night I was on Threads and I saw his name trending. I thought, wow, that's so weird. And then I clicked on it and I saw accuser. And, he's being accused of like really horrific things. And the girl was 19 when it started. So I'm thinking in my head, wow, you were really projecting. You went digging and you found the fact that we have a huge age gap and you highlighted that and you tried to make fun of it, but you were actually really living that life, if not worse. I mean, this girl was a teenager. And, you know, with all the evidence that she put out there, I don't know if it's, you know, good evidence or not, or, you know, whatever. The stuff that I seen was pretty awful.
Hold on, wait. All right, wait. Let me just interrupt this just for a second. Stephanie Georges. I mean, yo, you got him dead to rights. Yo, she got him dead to rights. Look, does she not have a point? I mean, does she not have a point? She does have a point. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she does. And I'm glad that she addressed it. You know what I'm saying? Be this. Yo, we don't hate women here. Sometimes women be telling the cold, hard facts that men are not willing to speak on. Hey, sometimes a woman does a man's job every now and then, even though a man can only do a man's job. But guess what? I guess in this case, there's an exception to the rule. Now, with that being said, the reason why I had to interrupt what she had to say, only because she went to the same thing that this QM person is saying in my chat about, oh, they're a teenager. Look, just because y'all think just because someone has teen in their name that, oh, is a teenager. No. See, all right. If y'all look up, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. If y'all look up when they actually even came up with the word teen, there's no teens in the Bible. There are no teens, you know. You don't hear about anyone talk about they're in a teens back in the day. Teens is a term that they came out to market to young adolescents. I don't know if y'all know what adolescence means, but yes. Like, to these young adolescents, basically young adults. And it said teenagers. It was a marketing term. But in truth be told, in most of the time that humans have been on Earth, the age of being the right passages to manhood and even to womanhood have been 12 years old. All right. The Virgin Mary, if y'all Christian, the Virgin Mary was not a 25-year-old woman. All right. If I was to tell y'all how old she was, y'all will be very, 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 very uncomfortable right now. Let's not talk about how old Joseph was.
Emotional damage.
Y'all gonna tell God the Most High about age gap relationships? But let's not go too far. This chick, Stephanie Georges, is still telling facts. What I don't like is, you know, we all know that this is a money grab, because if he really had hurt her, he would have been locked up. Look, she could have got his black ass locked up a long time ago. But this is a money grab. What I don't like is, I understand Stephanie Georges, you're hurt and you kind of feel some type of way. I get that. But now you're just being vindictive. Now you talk about all these horrible things that he did and this, that, and other, and she's a teenager. Now you put a little cheese on it. You know what I'm saying? Now you're putting a little cheese on the little dick girl. But anyway, I'm gonna let you have your moment though, baby boo. You do you, boo. You do you, boo. You do you, boo boo.
I just feel like if you live in a glass house, please don't throw stones. You are very quick with the lip to ask him details on and why didn't you date that will, you know, they date her mom. Why didn't you date her mom? Oh, did you guys meet at Forever 21? At least I was 21. You know what I'm saying? Like 19 is too young. You at your big age, you know that. You have kids that are probably older than that. It really hurt my feelings with that headline. And now look at all the headlines that you have, you know, being accused by a 19-year-old. You literally, it's just like, it's crazy how, I wouldn't say karma works, but how the universe works. I knew that there was something not right as to why he was asking these questions. It just felt off. You know, it didn't feel like it was in good faith. And you were poking fun at it and you were living worse. So, date her mom. Why didn't you date her mom?
She's 23. Darnell. 20. Why you didn't date her mom? Why you go for the Donell? I didn't date her mom because why didn't I date her mom? Yeah, good question. No, wait. I'm asking the question. No, because that ain't the Donell Rawlings show. Love is love. If you don't, love is love. I agree with you. What? You like them young, though. Say Drake, I heard you. Nope. Don't do that. I don't like them young. I like what I love. I didn't groom nobody, son. It is what it is. But I can't date nobody my age and get what I wanted. What I look like getting a 48-year-old bitch pregnant. It's possible. It could have happened, but I ain't want them odds. She 23. Darnell.
Yo. How the pendulum swings, huh? How the pendulum swings, bro.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
Shannon Sharpe. And a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all heard, but he's stepping away from ESPN for now until this little situation blows over. And y'all know that, usually when people step away from positions like this, you know what I'm saying, you already know what usually happens, man. That's usually probably the end of his ESPN career, bro.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
This is a sick Negro.
And it's sad that it had to end up this way. And I truly believe that the reason why he's going through this is because he didn't pay her. If he would at least had a money trail, something, paying for her rent, paying for her car note, something, anything, you know what I'm saying? He probably would have been better off, bro. Now, let's see here. A man support man says she's doing too much. 19 is legal. Laughing my fucking ass off. Exactly. Yeah, she was just being vindictive. I guess what? She's a woman. You know what I'm saying? She's a woman. What you expect, bro? You know what I'm saying? She's a woman and her feelings was hurt.
Emotional damage.
We all know she didn't like Donell for his looks. Negro, please.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
So, yo, let's go back to QM's remark. She says, oh no, teen pregnancy has been on decline for decades. And so women today have learned from those single mothers, but we didn't play that ish in our family for the most of us.
Not the cap. Right now.
The only reason why the birth of babies is on the incline, let me explain why. It's not because women are still not having unprotected sex. It's not because women are still not having unwanted pregnancies. It's just the frequency of those women having those unwanted pregnancies. Nowadays, especially married couples or older couples, here's the thing. First off, people are like having like 1-2 kids and done, okay? Let's not even talk about the 40-year-old woman who barely could maybe have one child. So of course, birth is on the decline. And guess what? The reason why birth is on the decline is because women are too busy being outside. Y'all, I'll be on some of these dating apps, and you know how many of these chicks are like 32, 35, 37, 38, no kids, bro. That shit is like kind of crazy. And most men are like, ooh, she's 38, 40 with no kids. That's not necessarily a good thing. She's gonna fuck around and do you like Ashanti and get pregnant on your ass. You better watch out. I ain't gonna lie. Shit. bitch could be 50. I all want to pull out, man. These fuck around want to have a oopsie baby on your ass. Q1 says society has evolved. Laws evolve. Humans need to keep up. Okay, tell that to the child support court and tell that to other black women who choose to put their man in child support, because 90% of all people who get child support are women. Now she says yes. Oh, then QM says yes. This case is a cash grab. I agree, but gotta move smarter in these scandalous streets. I mean, right? I agree. I agree. See, we're in agreement about something. A man supporting man, he said that already. And then QM says, I don't understand why high-end escort was not utilized. He could get a different one every week. He's paying for it anyway, and she stays quiet and not try to ruin her customer's life. Hey, see, QM, now you talking. But I'll say this much too. I mean, shit, the only difference between a regular girl and an escort is the fact that the escort just has you calling a different number than her real number. But shit, there's no telling. This chick could have been an escort. Look, I almost kind of feel like this. You know what I'm saying? Peep this. Prostitution is close to a lot of other things. Why couldn't he just still deal with her and just break her off? See, if he would have gave her a pattern of always paying for her like phone bill, always paying for not the phone bill. I'm just being, sarcastic. But if he had, paying her BMW bill, paying her rent, breaking her off here and there, he could establish that they had a pattern of being in good standing. But because she knew that they weren't really in good standing, she did him like this. She made sure she had his ass all the way fucked up. But yep. We all men pay. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. But yeah, man, I mean, at the end of the day, Stephanie George is being vindictive, but she is definitely right about, for the most part, about the other 75% of what she had to say. And let's just be real. What's crazy is there are age gap relationships in the Black community. Unfortunately, it's okay when it's a gangster. If it's a gangster or hood ninja or some top dog type of dude or somebody they look up to in the streets, oh, he could go ahead and date a young woman all he want. Shit. Look at R. Kelly. R. Kelly, hey, dude, what's kind of messed up is these parents were giving their daughters to R. Kelly. These parents were giving their daughters to R. Kelly. What about an age gap relationship there, huh? Oh, y'all forgot about those, huh?
Who?
Right. But I always kind of just feel like it's actually kind of weird and funny that what's really weird is people try to, tell people who they should mess with. Like Charlamagne brought up about the fact they're trying to mention about maybe the fact that she wasn't Black. Last time I checked, Dr. Dre's wife divorced the shit out of him, made him have a fucking brain aneurysm. Now, QM says slavery was legal. Was it right? Well, you know what? It's funny that you actually mentioned that, right? There's a lot of things that's not legal. But let me ask the question. Should it be legal? Should it be legal that a woman at a young age, at 18, 19, should have her life ruined by unplanned pregnancy and not be able to have the opportunity to be an honest woman and have a marriage? Should that not be illegal? Because we could talk about legality all night. We're not gonna play this legality of slavery was legal. Hey, look at it like this. If it wasn't for slavery, you wouldn't be in this country right now. If it wasn't for slavery, maybe you'd be in a different situation. I don't know. I'm not saying to say that slavery was a good thing. What I'm saying is that unfortunately, there's not much we could do about the past other than make sure we could do best with our future, right? Because there's no way to change the fact that we're in slavery, right? So with that being said, maybe if certain things went differently, maybe you wouldn't have been a slave in this country. Maybe you would have been a slave in Saudi Arabia, maybe you never would have been able to continue your lineage. I don't know. But look, if ifs were fists, we'll all be drunk. Now, QM says that little chick thought they were in a relationship. That's not what he wants. So an escort would have been best to avoid this scandal. She didn't think she was a no guy. See, that's the thing. QM, you gotta pick a side. I'm not necessarily saying you gotta. Well, my point is that is it a money grab or did they think it was in a relationship? I mean, I guess it could be both, but at the same time, I disagree with that sentiment because guess what? Dealing with an escort is the same as dealing with a chick. What's she gonna do? Like, I mean, let me ask a question. Let's just say he was dealing with an escort. Could an escort not say that he still abused him? I just believe that if at least Shannon Sharpe would at least have took care of her, maybe we should have been less inclined to want to go and fucking put this bullshit ass case on him. I mean, like I said, ifs or fifths, we'll all be drunk. Now, QM says, yeah, you do have these poor. I don't know what else he said, but Ken Davis says, what up, Callie? Salute, G. Thanks for checking in. Hey, y'all, do me a favor. I appreciate everybody for tuning in the chat. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling this shit. Share this with somebody who you think will enjoy this. A man supporting man said, I seen a post saying Keisha will curse you out, but she won't sue you. I told that man, quit the BS. Keisha will sue you too. Laughing my fucking ass off. You know, I'm glad that you mentioned that, a man supporting man. You know, and you know, I gotta give credit. There's some Coach Greg Adams coach gang shit. But yo, here's the thing. Black men or black women are quick to say that. But you know what else is a lawsuit that people tend to forget that's a lawsuit? Child support. Child support. Dude, child support is literally a woman saying, you know what? I don't feel like you're giving me enough from me and my child, or you're our child. Guess what? I'm gonna get the white man on you to go put papers on you so you go pay for this kid. And I even really pay for this kid because I'm probably gonna take this money and spend it on weed anyway. What about that?
Emotional damage.
Now, Ken Davis says, I'm at my new job. Congratulations, bro. Salute. QM says, yeah, you do have these poor, desperate ghetto hood single moms that are ignorant and exercise poor judgment and let their teens go get rich men like R. Kelly for dollars. Man, look, I still remember in high school, there was this chick that I knew in high school, okay? This is the first chick I ever met who had own a Camaro. And she didn't really own it. She was driving a Camaro. But long story short is, when she was driving this Camaro, I was like, damn, how'd she come on this Camaro? I kind of felt like, damn, like, your mama like hooked you up or something. Comes to find out, she was dating a dude who was like 50 years old. But the dude was pushing weight. Mind you, this chick was in 16 in high school, driving a Camaro, owned by a 50-year-old man. Well, getting paid for by a 50-year-old man. Do you know what happened? Like with most, hood ninjas, especially D-boys, he ended up dying. I don't really know how he died or anything or how he came out. I guess the life, it doesn't really matter. That's neither here nor there. But guess what? She ended up having to return her car back. I think she drove it for like 2 months and basically couldn't keep up with the payments no more. So basically she let them take the car. But long story short is, the only way she could get away with driving a brand new Camaro to school is if her mama was in on it. And do you think her mom was just like, oh, okay, 50-year-old man, buy my daughter a nice car and I just get nothing out of it? Shit, man. You'll be a wig split motherfucker if you fucking believe that. The daughter and the mom was getting broke off. You know, he was probably paying her rent and then bought the daughter a car. Mom won't shut the fuck up. She gets to drive in the car anyway. Shit crazy.
It's an evil world we live in.
So just go figure. He wasn't a rich guy. He was just a get money boy. So he don't have to be R. Kelly to go get your young daughter. Trust me. These chicks, man, they'll look the other way. As a matter of fact, I remember in high school, my brother's homeboy, he was messing with a chick, and you know what happens when when a dude in high school get a car. Dude in high school get a car, man. Yo, all of a sudden he got all types of bitches, right? This dude, I remember this dude never used to get no hoes, but as soon as he got this car, oh, he had plenty of hoes, and basically the chick that he was messing with, he ended up kind of like breaking it off with her, or he fell out with her. And you know what the mom was gonna do? The mom said the mom was gonna call the police on him for statutory raping. But guess what? The daughter was like, but he's not 18. That's the only reason why he didn't get locked up, was because he was not 18. But if he would have been 18, she would have had his ass in jail just because he fell out with a daughter over some little high school shit. Alicia B. Edwards comes through and says, on the real. Salute. Thanks for checking in. Sophia Ota's World says, back off Shannon Sharpe. He let them talk about Diddy. Rare, what happened to you? Masha Allah. What is it? Let's see here. I'm gonna read that again. Back off Shannon Sharpe. He let them talk about Diddy. Rare, what happened, it will happen to you. Masha Allah. Yo, man, look, I don't live my life in fear, okay? I do not live my life in fear.
Silence, you fuddy fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
QM says, I knew a chick in his dating on a grown hustler. Her single mom thought it was cool because he had money and the mom getting broke off. I had 2 parents and grandparents and had all my needs met. I mean, look, if you have parents, you ain't gonna have all types of fuckery. I'm gonna be real with y'all. If it wasn't for my parents, I would probably had had kids a long time ago. You know why? Peter, you know another reason why teenage pregnancy happens a lot often, QM? Because mama's never home. When mama got to work a job, let's just say her mom got a job. Look, most moms do not have a 7 to 3 o'clock job. Most moms work 9 to 5. So that gives about an hour and a half for someone to get pregnant. Shit, all you need, look, these are high school kids. Come on now. We were high school kids. We had sex in high school. We know sex in high school did not last very long. Come on now.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Yeah, shit crazy. Alicia B. Edwards says these modern Western 304s really despise us. Yeah, man, shit crazy. It is really crazy. I mean, Coach Greg Adams says, the sisters ain't really our women, because we're conquered people. And that's everything they do is kind of against, what we want. Like, there's also too is like, especially, it's like, okay, they get pregnant, you say, okay, let's have the kid. They don't want to have the kid. Then, they get pregnant, you don't want to have the kid. Now they want the kid. Like they bask in rebellion. I don't know why, but they're so knee deep and look, they're so knee deep with going against the man and wanting a man to go to their program because they've seen their mom do everything. They believe that, because they're capable of quote unquote doing everything, they believe that they shouldn't have to bow down to to you, black man. But for some reason, they tend to do it with white men because when they tend to get, although white men do not marry black women often, but when they do, black women tend to kind of stick with those men. I don't know if it's the skin worship. I don't know if it's they feel like they, because they kind of go up in class. I don't know, but they tend to stay with them even longer and better than just in black relationships, even though black men marry the majority of black women. Q Williams' current data shows child support payments average $350 a month, and majority is not paid. Hell, $350 can't even feed children for a month. Okay, here we go with all right. If that's the case, then why ask for the $350? Answer me that question right now, QM. If you don't need a $350 or you don't need an average of $350, why are you asking for it? See how goofy that is? Obviously, if it wasn't nothing, y'all wouldn't be asking for it now, would you? Explain to me, if the average payment of a child support is $350, right? Answer me why. Tell me why, please, in your best vernacular. Tell me how, if it ain't that much and it ain't enough to feed children a month, why are you asking for it? Tell me why you're asking for it. I'm waiting. Tell me, why do y'all need it? Because I'm going to tell y'all why y'all need it.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Hold up. The reason why, I'm going to tell y'all, this is so funny. The reason why y'all need the child support, whether it's $100 a month, $50 a month, $350 a month, is because y'all greedy. 1, 2, in order to get WIC benefits, in order to get EBT and food stamps, in order to get Section 8 housing and low-income housing vouchers, the requirement is that you must put the man on child support. So, let's not fuck around and lie.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
That $350 may lead you up to maybe $1,000 of free handouts, not including a fucking place to stay. But guess what? That's why y'all keep on fucking doing this shit. Y'all addicted to the government. Y'all addicted to welfare. Y'all addicted to socialism. Not all black women, but more than enough black women to have the conversation.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Very funny. Very funny. Very funny. Listen to this. See, look, and then listen to QM's rebuttal. If the absent parent is paying $0, $350 will help a light bill, clothes, or something. Oh boy.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
First off, who told her or any woman to go get knocked up by a dude who's not even willing to give you anything for a child, or doesn't even make anything enough to even give you $0? And 2, if it's that needed, why didn't you just stay with your child's father, save money on where you live, and y'all both raised them damn kids, huh? Oh, I know why. Because see, Yo, what y'all want to do is live off the government and then do what y'all want with the kids, right? As well as not answer to a man. Aha.
This is a sick Negro.
And then QM says, oh, for sure, if the single mom is asking government assistance, the state wants to know how much the absence is contributing before they give assistance. All right. QM. All right. Call it what you want. You could go ahead and keep on going down this rabbit hole you want. At the end of the day, Black women are choosing to put their kids in the worst position just so they could be free without a man and claim that they're independent, which is not really truly independent, because if you wipe away the Social Security, the social, yes, welfare is from Social Security anyway. Once you remove these social benefits, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be fucking drowning. Janet B says one of Diddy's bodyguards said he's an informant. He's probably in the witness protection until Epstein comes out of witness protection. Megyn Kelly said we'd be heading directly from Epstein again. I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with, you know, Stephanie George exposing Shannon Sharpe or age gap relationships, but I do thank you for your input anyway. I don't know if you just let me know about the subject, but okay. Yeah, well, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Until some new developments come in, I don't want to hear shit about Diddy. Because they might all have to relocate their case and he might get out on bail. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not making any assumptions. Now, what I think XO Pro, if he's still in here, I think he sent me this video earlier that I wanted to show. And I kind of feel like it was really kind of sad what this dude had to say. You know what I'm saying? It hurt me right here in my heart, yo. My heart. Check this out.
I was crying about it, whatever the case may be. Then they're like, mommy called us, right? Like in the midst of it happening. Like I wasn't out. Like I wasn't, the fight wasn't over yet, but in the midst of me getting dropped the first time, she called my sisters and said, damn, they go my house.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah, so that one cut me deep because like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I cried about that. And plenty of times I felt like I hated her, but I know I didn't.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It is. That's something to say. Because, you know, I look at it like, I always wanted that relationship with my mom. Like, so I used to always lean on to my peers, like my friends and stuff like that. Because I see how their relationship is with their family. I never had a relationship like that. My family, all they did was argue, fight one another. My dad used to always say, like, why y'all argue so much like y'all hate one another? But that's how we was raised. So when that happened, that just took a piece out of me.
Did you address it with her when you got back? Still to this day?
No, I ain't. She apologized for it because
She
knew
did?
why. Yes, because she knew why I wasn't talking to her and things like that. But she said, damn, they go my house.
Damn.
And in my head, I'm like, damn, the fight wasn't even over yet. You counted me out before they even did this. I forgave her for it. You know, shout out to my mom. I forgive you for everything you did and everything we've been through. You're not a bad person. She is a good person at heart, but she just do effed up things, you know.
Yo, real talk, man. Salute to bro for telling that, you know what I'm saying, story, man. I know, you know, he had to be tough to tell that story. But let's just call a spade, man. Many of the reasons why these households are made up with one woman and a bunch of kids is because that woman either A, chose to have kids out of wedlock, B, had a man and drove him away, or C, maybe she was dealing with another man's man in the first place. So, you know, QM, she goes and asks another question. She says, QM says, listen, I don't know why these absent parents don't provide food and housing for their offspring. Okay. But the government doesn't want women and children homeless in the streets en masse, even though it's increasing. But all right, so you got to ask yourself the question. if it's increasing, then are they really helping people, or are they just giving people a handout? Because here's the thing, it says in the Bible, and I'm not trying to push Christianity on y'all or nothing, but that feed a man. Look, feed a man. Look, feed a man. Look, give a man fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man how to fish, he fish for life. Now, when you start just keep on giving people a handout, they're not going to have any motivations to do anything else. And we don't look. I'm not going to go sit down here and argue about, because see, what you're trying to make it seem is that all women who are on child support or on welfare have men who are not paying for their kids, who are not willing to take care of the kids. A lot of these women chose not to be in a relationship and chose the Section 8 just so they can have freedom to go fuck other niggas. Let's just be real. They want to have freedom. They don't want to listen to a man. They don't want to take orders from a man. As a matter of fact, let's not talk about how some of these chicks got pregnant just so they could get the Section 8. How about that? Shannon B says, I should have directed my comment to the person who mentioned Diddy. I wasn't trying to change the subject. No, it's all good. To be honest with you, I'm kind of glad that you mentioned that, because I was kind of wondering where the reference came from. But okay, that's cool. Hey, nothing's wrong with that. But yeah, definitely tag the person. You know what I'm saying? Tag the person, or put their @ name or something. Red. That way I could get it. I get it. You feel me? Because I do try to make everybody's voice be heard on my show. That's the least I could do if y'all watching my show. You feel me? But I appreciate you, letting me know and tuning in though. But yeah, man, like, unfortunately, a lot of our situations, a lot of our parents could have been together, but they chose not to because of foolish pride. I'm not saying that the woman was wrong every time, but to sit down here and just assume that it was always the man's fault, that the man didn't want to take care of the kid, that the man is not contributing to the kid, is just a lie that they like to project for the media. That's just a lie that they want you to believe. It's funny that, there's some things that you don't want people to, it's like Black women don't want to be stereotyped about certain negative things about themselves, but then they like to use negative stereotypes that they heard on Oprah Winfrey, that they heard on Geraldo, that they heard on Donahue, and these talk shows that when I was watching, when I was collecting these welfare benefits, they were watching these shows and listening to these stereotypes still, and they pass it to their offspring. They still saying the same shit. When in reality, that's far this from the truth, because they say, they say, I believe, at least 50% of Black men are middle class. And now QM says homelessness is increasing because the budget for Section 8 assistance has constantly decreased while the need is increasing. Oh, you mean a dependency? It's not a need. It's a dependency. Because guess what? I know some people, look, trust me, I done fucked a few project bitches. Yo, them bitches could have worked. Them hoes could have worked. They just chose not to. It was just easier to just not work. It was just easier just to have a baby and collect a check. It was just easier to just wait for Section 8 voucher to go through versus just working hard and getting a job. It was easier than, sleeping with one man and staying with that man. Not saying that that's everybody's situation, but there's an array of situations why people choose to be the dependent of the government. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some straight communists, man. He said, QM says that's true. Some of these young chicks get pregnant to get benefits, housing, and food. But check the updated data because it's decreasing. All right, but QM, it's like you be saying some shit that sometimes it's like I don't know what to think about you. Like, are you a troll? Because sometimes you say shit that's true, and then see you say some shit that's like off kilter. What data? All right, we already addressed why that there's less kids being married. The reason, all right, the people who had the most kids in history are the younger people. But when younger people could go and look, here's another two. It's not that younger women are not getting married. I mean, not getting pregnant. It is that they're just dropping these kids off at the Planned Parenthood. Okay, they bring the kids in and the kids don't come back out. You know what I'm saying? If you know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's not play coy here. And also, these chicks want to be outside. You could go get a Plan B over the counter now. Okay, I haven't messed with a chick who had to get Plan B in the last 10 years, but yo, I know that you could go get Plan B over the counter now. So that's why. So it's not because people are being more responsible. People just have more ways to do, there's more ways of handling irresponsible shit. Do you get that? Whoo, QM, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. All right, so we're done with this Shannon Sharpe shit. I'm gonna just hang out with y'all for like another 7 minutes. I'll shoot the shit with y'all, maybe show y'all some little videos. We'll have some little laughs and giggles. And then I'm gonna peace out for the rest of the night because your boy gotta clock in tomorrow and shit. You feel me? I ain't hit the lotto yet. I ain't hit the lotto yet. I ain't hit the lotto yet. Y'all ain't hit up this Cash App, $ Cali West 1. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't hit this Super Chat. You feel me? I ain't get my Spotify deal yet. So guess what? You know, I gotta wake up in the morning. Now, but I will show some little clips on the way out.
You're saying you cool with like all your exes, right?
Yeah, because that's what we do. Like, we support one another. Like,
Still
we
checking.
don't. Yeah,
They still checking.
Check in. I do have one friend who is my best friend. We tried to be intimate and it didn't work.
Like I can see where that would go.
Is that really an issue for you? Oh my God.
It wouldn't be an issue, but but it would be an issue. It's like a connection there still, you know, it's like the communication would have to get cut.
So they couldn't call at all.
I wouldn't deal with the calling, I ain't gonna lie.
Eddie might as well go ahead and marry a nun. Cutting off my male friend, I don't like it. Like, my one guy friend, he's not going anywhere.
He could be on one night, I'm shooting my shot.
Did we talk about respect?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's like it's putting you
So
in an uncomfortable spot.
Oh, wow. Check, please.
Yo. I mean, shit, she did him a favor.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
These hoes crazy. So, because he didn't want to deal with the fact that she basically still got niggas hanging around, aka, you know what I'm saying, aka her orbiters, aka her ex-boyfriends, aka, you know what I'm saying, the homies that she went to school with. See, QM and everybody who wants to go against or who's for age relationships, that's the problem with age-appropriate relationships. You deal with women who've already lived 3 lives more than the man. This young man on here, okay? I'm going to say this right now. This young man, he has not been on as many dates or have had as many sexual partners as this chick here, okay? Look at her. She got 1,000 cocks there. Like, this dude, she's been ran more times in the Holland Tunnel. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams.
All up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that. Silence. That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
Yeah, man. There you go. Age-appropriate relationships. And guess what? She's done gotten dug out and still persists on getting dug out because she don't even look. She's still single. These dudes haven't married her. These dudes haven't wifed her. These dudes haven't put her up in a nice house. But she still don't want to let these fucking Negroes go. Yo, you can't win for losing. That's why these dudes go for younger women, bruh. I mean, it's pretty simple, bruh.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
My boy Monk Dan comes through. He says, late to class. Shout out to Jam City crew. You already know, boy. Thank you for checking in, G. Shout out to the Coach Gang. Jam City Crew. Yes, sir. You already done know.
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
I appreciate you, my G. Now, let's see here. We got, oh, so check this out. It says, Janet B says, I left my same age boyfriend for someone much older because I wanted 12 kids and couldn't keep a job. I have 12 kids and 15 kids now. Hey, hey, you know what? I appreciate your honesty. Salute. Hey, I really appreciate that. See? They're telling it. They're telling it. See? They're telling it. Now, QM says, yo, you killing me, girl. Yo, QM, you really fucking killing me. He said, yes, it's easier to be on assistance because the minimum wage job salary would not support housing costs, food, etc., and the baby daddy is not around, locked up, or dead. Who told you to go get a minimum wage motherfucking job, bro? Who told you to go get with a fucking baby daddy who ain't around, locked up, or dead, bruh? Who the fuck told you to go do some stupid ass shit like go get with a deadbeat ass hood ninja who can't even fucking do anything for your ass because he locked up or dead or because the nigga done got the fuck on? Does that make any fucking sense? Does it, anybody?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
All I hear is excuses. All I hear is excuses, no reasons. I hear all this bullshit every fucking season. Now, let's see here. Oh my God. Oh shit. QM says as long as the unwanted kids are not born to earth to people that can't care for them and taxpayers are not on the hook for the bill, fosters can't keep up. Oh boy. Slow and easy. Jam City. Slow and easy. QM. Yo, I ain't got no time for no fucking. Hey, check this out. Look, you guys start super chatting your shit because you keep on saying too much. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, I appreciate you tuning in, but you keep on saying too much goofy shit, man. You keep on saying too much goofy shit.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Jimmy J. Smooth says 1,000 cocks, though. For real, man. I'm just saying shit.
What kind of shit is that?
So it's a waste of time dealing with older chicks. Hey, I'm glad that you said it. You know, so I didn't have to.
You got it, girl. Drop her.
Monk Dan says, if you made t-shirts, I'll buy it. Hey, don't even trip. Merch coming soon. Merch coming soon. I ain't gonna front. Merch coming soon. Bet. That's what they qualify for. Huh? Hey, you know? Hey, who told them to fuck up their lives? Beat this. I fucked up my life, and guess what? I'm paying for it now. I'm doing what I gotta do. Shit. I work long days. I get on motherfucking YouTube, my fucking second job, well, my third job, and I fucking hustle and grind until I get my shit right. You feel me? Hey, everybody has a transition. Everybody had to start from fucking somewhere. But making excuses is for, you know, making excuses are for babies and fools. And I'm neither one. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what somebody else's situation got going on. You know what I'm saying? Fuck people on fucking welfare. Fuck people on child support. Fuck all that. Unless you can show me proof where some dude like is, you know, he needs to be on child support and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, including not keeping that kid away from that man, I don't want to hear nothing from nobody on his motherfucking child support shit. I don't give a fuck. Shit. Show me where he said that he wanted that baby. Show me where he didn't say that he didn't want to spend no time with a child. Show me all that. I don't want to hear nothing from anybody, any baby mama talking about they needed child support until I get to hear from that baby's pappy. Straight the fuck up. Now, like I said, we got time to party and bullshit, and QM ain't super chat me yet, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? Super chat. Go ahead and use your credit card. Super chat YouTube. Okay? $5 super chat. And we could talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, but we're not going to keep on going over shit that you could kind of go over on other forums. I'm not here to talk about that Red Pill 101 bullshit, okay? This is Cali, West Miami. A West Coast nigga in Miami. You feel me? Having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, nigga will afford it. I'm smoking on cohibas, drinking on mimosas and shit on the beach. If not, I'm at the crib, motherfucking getting on my grind on, trying to get my chicken bag up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, fuck y'all communists. Fuck y'all broke motherfuckers. Shit. You know what I'm saying? I can respect a motherfucker who's broke for a reason. Y'all motherfuckers just be broke because y'all like to be broke, because it's easier to be on child support than a minimum wage job. That's a fucking goddamn lie. That's a lie. Y'all can keep on feeding y'all. Y'all can keep on believing that lie if y'all want. Now, here are the women who are setting trends for women nowadays.
Post, right, basically about influence. These females is the ones who have influence in the game right now, right? And it's a whole lot more. But you got Sexy Red, 26 years old. She young. Y'all already know what type of time she on. Now you go up at 32 years old, you got Cardi. You would think the message will start to change. Nope. Same old message.
Hold a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Wait the fuck up. QM says some goofy ass shit. That's why some people send those unwanted babies back to heaven. I almost called you a name, and I don't name call I don't know for no reason. You almost made me call you a name. Back to heaven. Why didn't she think about God when she decided to spread her legs and let some no good ninja nut up in her before there was a ring on it? All right. Did she think about God when she told that dude who was in high school who had a crush on? See, here's the thing. There's dudes who would have got with, let's talk about age appropriate relationships. You know, most of these chicks who are getting pregnant at a young age are not getting pregnant by dudes. You think you think when a 15-year-old girl or 16-year-old chick, you think when she gets pregnant, she got pregnant by another 15, 16-year-old? Really?
Stop the cap.
She could have got pregnant by a dude who was her age, but guess what? She didn't. You want to know why? Because he wasn't her type.
Some of y'all say he go too hard. It ain't that bad. Oh, yes, it is. Now you see.
You have cooned so bad that they damn near need to put your face in the dictionary next to the word coon. I'm going to hospitalize you coons because I care about you. The Dr. Papa Mental Health Hospital for Coons.
Silence, you furry fool! I've had it with your whining and bumbling.
A man supporting man says, my daughter's mom was 4 years younger than me when I got her pregnant in college. Nice. You know why? Because man supporting man knew damn well if he let that girl walk around, she was going to get beat all up by all the damn football players, bro. Shit, and all them basketball players, bro. Shit. What?
Shit.
Okay. So back to my lesson. We talking about the type of chick. We talk about, hey, let's talk about let's talk about these hoes who's gonna bringing these babies back to heaven.
Yo, I made this post, right, basically about influence. These females is the ones who have influence in the game right now, right? And it's a whole lot more. But you got Sexy Red, 26 years old. She young. Y'all already know what type of time she on. Now you go up at 32 years old, you got Cardi. You would think the message will start to change. Nope. Same old message. Cardi been out for a while. Same old shit. She talking about the same shit Sexy Red talking about. Now you jump up to 42 years old with Nicki Minaj. Nicki been out damn near 15 years. You would think the message would start to change too. Nope. Same old message that Sexy Red talking about. No elevation. Same, they all talking about fucking dudes, get money. If you broke, you can't eat my tum-tum. That's what they talking about. You know how Nas and Jay, as they was dropping, like right now, if they drop music, they message changed. It's a different message. It's a more mature message. With them, no. You jump up, Nene Leakes. She 57, going on 60. You watch they show. You would think you watching the baddies, like a bunch of fucking teenagers arguing and bickering with each other. Grown-ass women, 60 years old. So I'm like, yo, where's the Felicia Rashad's, where's the Lauryn Hills to like give it some balance? Like, who is teaching these young women how to be classy, respectable young women? Because none of them are. So here come the comments. They not supposed to. The parents, the mother's supposed to be the role model. The mother's supposed to be like, what? All right, let me ask your 50-year-old ass this then, miss, since you got all the answers. How the city girls, 20-something years old, could influence your 50-year-old ass to have you talking about heavy, yeah? How? You know what I'm saying? If they don't have a strong influence, how is you 50 years old, almost 60, talking about heavy, yeah, with fucking baby hairs snaking down your face? Like, how? So if they can influence your old ass, what makes you think that they're not going to have a big influence over 12-year-olds? Like, y'all always come up with excuses when you start talking about this influence. Like, yeah, your mother going to give you, know what I'm saying, manners and teach you manners and principles and morals, but usually the streets and celebrities have more influence. Like, I'm in my 40s and people in the 50s, y'all mothers ain't have Gucci bags. Y'all females mothers ain't have Gucci and Louis bags. Some of them might have, but most of y'all mothers never had that. You probably bought your mother her first Gucci bag. But I'm saying this to say you got in tune with that from watching videos, music videos on the streets of a young woman who was fucking with dudes getting money. They got it. You wanted it. You ain't see your mother with that. You understand what I'm saying? Your mom's struggling. She ain't never had no bag. Like I said, you probably bought her the first bag.
Got the ghetto gospel.
Yo.
Now you go up at 32.
Yo. A man supporting man, aka NPI, says Nene Leakes has a TV show now. Yeah. What the hell? I mean, I'm not surprised. You know, beat this. She appeals to a certain demographic. You know, what can we say, bro? What can we say, bro? They got to keep the indoctrination going.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
Man supporting man says correction talk show. Oh, okay. A talk show. Oh, that shit got to be ratchet. You already know that shit ratchet. Let's see how long it'll last. Now, with that being said, you see how Buddy, y'all niggas gotta leave. Look, y'all niggas gotta fucking let go of this motherfucking 90s shit, man. Look, them 90s bitches was hoes too, man. Yo, this nigga said, where the Lauryn Hills at? Oh, who you mean? The Lauryn Hill who was talking about, don't worry about that thing. Oh, okay. That thing, whatever that bitch was saying, that thing. And guess what? I like that song too, but guess what? Not for real. I did like that song, but yo, this is what I'm confused about. So help me out. I got some questions. for Brother Man. And for anybody who want to talk about Lauryn Hill was, the type of chick that, we should be praising, and, Lauryn Hill, we need to bring back the Lauryn Hills. Where's it at? Oh, that's crazy and insane. But I can show it on my screen. Look, because I got it off of X. Hold up. Share the screen. So, yo, the bruh said we need Lauryn Hill's back, right? Do y'all see this picture of Lauryn Hill? Yo, I don't know if y'all can see where my mouse is, but let's just say you can see her contusion right there, bruh. You can see her birth canal, bruh. Yo, her whole birth canal showing, Ninja. Look at this shit. Damn, you know what? I ain't gonna front. That gal there, she got a big fat poom poom, She's definitely got a fat poom poom. I ain't gonna lie. I see why the Marley was all up in there and gave her some kids. But look at her. Miss, you know what I'm saying? You're really a gem, and he just want that thing, He just want that thing, remember? She was trying to tell positive and tell women to, be more, right? Even Lauryn Hill had to do some hooker shit. She could not just go live her life, right? Just smoke her weed, She couldn't just go smoke her weed, smoke her ganja and raise her kids or her grandkids. She could just go on with her life. No. She had to be like every other bitch and showing off her poom poom, bro. Yo, she just had to be like everybody else. She had to be like everybody else. Ain't that something?
That all up in me at one time. Don't try to make me take all that dick at one time.
Slow and easy.
He said, don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not rush all this dick up in you at one time. I'm going to take it easy on you. She said, okay, I think I can take it. So he laid down. The nigga rushed all that dick up in her.
Jammed it into there.
Jammed and round.
Like Jam City.
All kind of dick up in that girl at one time.
Dang.
And took her breath some more.
The Monk Dan says, he says, Gen Z, we done with the 90s. Hey, facts, bro. I'm telling you, man, like, yo, man, Coach Gang is in effect, man. Look, yo, Coach Gang, CJ, I'm glad that he said it. Like, man, we done with this 90s bullshit, man. This 90s shit is dead, bro. That shit been dead. Matter of fact, 90s love was a house of cards because everybody who we loved and said that was look, peep this. Everybody we said was relationship goals ended up breaking up. Shit, even the Obamas, it's pretty obvious that the Obamas are separated. I mean, it's clear as day that they're separated. Yeah, they might not be married, but guess what? We know a lot of people, they usually separate even before the actual divorce. Shit, Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee, fucking Jada. We know Jada and Will, they still together, but we know that's a sham because she was fucking. Look, people talk about age gap relationships. Don't come on here and talk about how Shannon Sharpe can't go fuck a 20-year-old chick when Jada Pinkett Smith was fucking her own son's best friend. All right? Because if you fuck, see, guess what? If you go fuck your son's best friend, that's like you're fucking your son. Even if it's not fucking your son. You see what I did there, QM? You see what the fuck I did there? You like that, huh? You like that? Yeah.
This is a sick Negro.
See? You got see how you put the shoe on the other foot? But see, we ain't gonna talk about that though, are we?
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And Jada Pinkett older than my ass, and I'm 45, and she still fucked the shit out of August Alsina, didn't she? Ooh, let's see here. All right, you know what? We might as well just push this 2 hours, man. What else I got for y'all? Oh, talk about age gap relationships. For all the men who talk about, oh, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't date no younger chick, blah, 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 blah. Yo, have y'all dudes ever took your younger girlfriend or a young chick around your older man? Older black man?
The ladies, you welcome. Oh yeah, if you need some, you know what I'm saying, water, energy drink, all that's over there.
You know what I'm saying? To get full turnaround now, to get this full perspective. Yeah. Hey, welcome to America. Hey, listen up.
Thank you guys.
Take care of you. Hey, behave yourself. You know I'm always gonna behave myself. So what you about to do now? What you about to do? Get that side perspective, Andy. You know what I'm saying? Let's slow down. You know what I'm saying? Coconut water.
Now, yo.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
Y'all done took y'all girlfriends to y'all little barbecue and then seen that drunk uncle a little too friendly with your little pretty little thing, though. Yeah, I know y'all have. Yeah, I know y'all have, bro. Yo, look, there's even times where it's even said that, you know, fathers have gotten with their sons, you know, girlfriend and shit like this. You know, this has happened before too. Trust me. Just as much as a man could take a, you know, his dad's like, you know, just like, you know, and sometimes every now and then, you know, maybe the stepmother and the son get into it, right? But guess what? Best believe a lot of times the daddy be getting into them girls too, right? But guess what? When they can't get it, they'll claim that it's bad. But guess what? Most of these men, they had the look. If they had a young chick in front of them, they'll fucking get active. QM says, "What you do? Mind my business." That's what I do. You still ain't super chat, so consider that your last check for tonight. Yeah, you need to go ahead and put the super chat. Everybody else contribute. You know, you contributed some laughs, so I appreciate that, and thank you for tuning in. But you asking police questions on all that type of shit, you don't need to know what the fuck I do. Shit, I do YouTube. How about, why don't you contribute to my job? You taking up space, why don't you go ahead and contribute? Instead of fucking asking questions that's none of your business.
Please.
Man, support, man, these motherfuckers is crazy, boy. Shit. Why don't you cash at me? See, if you was at least to cash at me, I might have been able to even, I might have been willing to even entertain you, you feel me? I'm not embarrassed of nothing I do, you feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know who the fuck you are from a can of paint. Don't know you from a can of paint. And even if I did, I still probably wouldn't tell your ass. Don't be cheap. These motherfuckers be cheap. And then be asking all types of police questions. You know, this game, you know what they say, the game's to be sold, not told. All right, I got about 9 minutes to, you know, send to jam with y'all. So we ain't gonna be focusing on no negativity. What's this? I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna play it anyway.
Before makeup. After makeup. 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 Before makeup.
Man. Phew. Yo, Tommy. Yo, half of them, I would say, especially towards the end, some of that makeup didn't even do any of them any justice. Some of them was just like that's a big ass transformation. That I ain't gonna lie. She looked damn near the same. I hate to say this, but she damn near looked the same. Am I tripping, y'all? Her ass looked motherfucking the same. She just looked like. Let me be nice. Let's just say she just looked like she just put on some makeup, but she looked essentially just looked the same. I wouldn't think that they were not still the same person.
Emotional damage.
I would have been like, okay, that's the same bitch. The bitch just took off her glasses and put on some motherfucking makeup. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nope. Oh my god. That's unbelievable, bro. Like, see how magic is witchcraft? That's witchcraft. Look at that. Look at that fucking transformation, bro. Look at that. Look. That's all. Look. I ain't gonna lie. She looked kind of like she looked like a gearbox right here. You know what I mean by gearbox, right? She give me transformer energy, bro. Like, she give me transformer energy. I'm like, you a dude? I'm like, you gotta prove to me that you ain't a dude first. Sheesh. Oh my god. Damn, bro. And that big ass tattoo do not motherfucking help neither. Like, you know she a chubby checker, right? It's okay. All right, slow Tuesday. Motherfucker, what? Bruh. Yo.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
That is motherfucking terrible, man. That is motherfucking terrible, bro. Okay. Hey, you know what's so funny? She might be the best looking. She might be the best looking one.
Emotional damage.
Yes, she do look. I ain't in front. She pasty. She look definitely some. She definitely look. What's that shit? What's that word? What Coach Greg Adams be calling these hoes? These crackhead looking assholes. She's definitely crystal methany looking though. But I would have to say, man, she's the best looking bitch on the whole fucking board, bruh. Oh my god. QM said these silly chicks be wearing stage makeup to shop at Wally Ward. Laughing out loud. I'm shaking my head. Nobody told them that less is best, but if they're not on the movie set, LOL. Well, look, QM, I tell this to females all the time. If you really want to do this, you really look. If you look, all right, here's the thing. Let's just get real. Women, they want what they want. They don't care what the circumstances. Like, for example, most men of my age, we understand, okay, if you get an expensive car, it's going to have expensive maintenance. You feel me? I can't go to the local Jiffy-Lube to change the oil. I'm going to have to I can't go to Just Tires, or I can't go to some cheap spot to go get tires. I'm probably going to get race tires, if I was to go get like a, Hellcat Charger or something like that, or right? Men understand that, okay, men will even say, there have even been men who have been on the Pop Balloon show. One guy on the Pop Balloon show admitted to a chick, that she was so fine, and he could tell how she was put together, that she was an expensive chick. And he said, I'll go broke dating her. Nothing's wrong with someone bowing out and just admitting that they cannot handle, something. Unfortunately, women don't work the same. Women, even though they know they need to lose weight, for some reason, if a basketball player wants to smash, because here's the thing, the truth is, like we see from Shannon Sharpe, big time celebrities who have $50 million plus fuck regular bitches, right? Before you just say, you know what, maybe he just got a big girl fetish, or maybe, he got a, maybe got a poor girl fetish, they will think they really have a chance with this dude, right? And they'll project it with how they treat other men and how they live out waiting for, the next best guy. And the truth is, one thing that keeps the lie and the facade going is when they wear makeup. They have to wear all that makeup to Wally World. Why? Because it's what? If they look the fucking real, if they look how they fucking really look, they ain't gonna fucking know. Look, nobody dude is gonna fuck them. Look, I mean, how do you say this? A dude will fuck them. But guess what? The dude that they want, it'll be less inclined to fuck them. Look, the dude that they want, trust me, a dude who look like Shannon Sharpe or without Shannon Sharpe money will fuck this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Most men will fuck this bitch on a look. If they knew that they could fuck her and get away with it, and she was just give them some nasty sex, and they could just run away and just get away and avoid being found out, they would fuck her. They would just say, you know what, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? If these dudes seen her at a freak party, and you know what I'm saying, she was like, I'm a boss you up real good. Trust me, them dudes would be in the room getting bossed up by her. But guess what? If she fucking came out looking like this, I mean, I'm sure that some nigga gonna smash, but he probably look. Doesn't say a nigga gonna change his motherfucking mind. Motherfucker might have to re-fucking consider like that, dog. Like, damn, is it that bad? Like, and I'm horny, but bro, I can't even get my thing up, bruh. I done did some terrible things. I can't do. That I can't do. That's only one step better than a dude right there, bruh. That is terrible right there. That is terrible. And I don't know what's going on around that face. Is it like, was she growing a beard like a daddy? And then she got bad skin too. Oh my fucking God, bruh. That is fucking. I don't like to talk bad about people, but god damn.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
She looked like the Mucinex germ. But dude, these are fucking just Transformers. Like I said, the white woman looked probably the best. And the white woman probably can't even help it because she's pale and she got red hair. Coach Greg Adams, he's very good at dealing with those redheads. He always says those redheads. He said if redhead girls do not put on mascara and they do not put on eyeliner and makeup and eyebrows, they're gonna look like a chicken cutlet. They're gonna look like an unfed chicken. And he's right, because dude, like, she's not ugly. She just, trust me, if you look at her really, 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 really well, I know y'all know I'm very liberal, right? Y'all know I'm very liberal when it comes to these looks of these hoes. So, excuse my liberalness when it comes to these hoes. But I could honestly look at her. She's not ugly. Look, she's not an ugly chick. Like, if you look at her, like, she's not an ugly chick. But what makes her not attractive is the fact that, she's not all dolled up. Her hair is kind of messy. And she has very, very, very pale skin. But, what a lot of men don't understand is that's how regular women look. And I must say, she's not even probably, she is the best looking one in the whole damn group. Oh my God. Yo, damn, I fucking missed that part. Dude, that was a completely different fucking person. Look. I mean, I ain't saying that she all that, but she looked way better fucking right there. Look. That's scary. Oh my God. Yo, that has to be a dude. That has to be a dude. Yeah, see, she's got an eyebrow problem. She ain't really that cute, but she ain't too fugly. She's got an eyebrow problem. Oh my God. And it doesn't help how they're acting either. I think they're kind of acting like that on purpose to make them look worse, maybe. I don't fucking know, but that is yuck. What? Hold up. Was that a Ling Ling? Look, that's a completely different person. That's a completely different person, y'all. That is a motherfucking completely different person, too. Y'all already know what I could say about that shit.
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
QM says some women need to spend more money on the dermatologist than at Sephora buying makeup. Hey, I'm glad that you said it and not me. Sheesh.
Emotional damage.
Yo, see. Now and then look, then y'all wonder why man is leave after. All right, not to be ignorant or nothing, but that's why some guys leave y'all after y'all get pregnant, because guess what? Every time he came over, y'all had on makeup and y'all made sure you kept your shirt on. But then when he really got to see how y'all fucking really looked, yo, that ninja was like,
Run! Go! Get to the chopper!
yo, once again, y'all, it's Cali West. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel on the way out. If you're feeling this shit, Cali West, I'm out of here. All of y'all have a good night. I'm gone.